Boys and girls, the day has come. The day has started. We got Dylan. It is officially opening day of deer season 2025, and it's going down. It's 4 a.m. We got deer moving on camera already as we speak in the spot we're going to. Let me tell you guys, I have been putting in the footwork. I have been going out there, putting out a bunch of cameras, and we got some good stuff happening. So it should lead us into a good day for today. I have a deer that's been coming through an area every single day, early morning to noon time. Dylan and I are gonna go out there. We're gonna sit for as long as it need be in order to see if we can kill one today. But this is only the beginning. So you guys are riding along. Let's roll, baby. Y'all, look at this technology. Automatic door opener. He goes out and the door opens up automatically. Fueled by
caffeine and nicotine.
There you go.
Brought to you.
Wouldn't be a South Florida archery hunt without it. Alrighty, y'all. So we are back at the truck. It is, let's see, 3:09. We had a doe walk out, honestly, at like maybe 10 yards. She didn't see us, and she definitely didn't smell us because she was upwind of us. But she went off on her way, and then an hour later she came back again, and she hung around. We kept thinking that she's gonna bring more deer in, but she did not. And 2 o'clock came around. We went ahead and came back to the truck, getting some lunch, kicking up our feet, getting some air, and we're going back out there again here probably in about an hour or so to go ahead and sit for the afternoon. I think we're gonna sit in the same place because at first we were gonna try to do something different because the wind was being iffy, but now it's showing that the wind's gonna be pretty steady in a direction that works for the spot. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back there and see if these bucks want to play the game. They were in here last night. They've been in here every day. I mean, there's a good food source around, so there's a reason for them to come by, but we just got to put in the time. So see you guys on the walkout. Well, boys and girls, I am happy to report that although Dylan and I were not successful, Richard just sent us a picture of a bloody arrow. He's about 600 yards from us. We're making our way to him now. Says he shot a 6-point, so let's go see what we can find him. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Respect on Richard.
Good fucking job,
dude. Hold up, baby. There's not a single bit of gut on that arrow.
It's a muscle.
Think I shot bad?
No, but...
Which way did you run?
No, I think this is exactly...
Straight down the trail?
This is where it was laid. Just like that.
Dude, it shot right through. AJ told me not to touch it.
There's blood on the tree. It's okay. The dog will sniff it. Let's try to find blood.
Yeah. You look a little left.
Remember, it might be like 10 yards from the hit site. So he ran down this trail.
Yes, and then I heard running, crash over the...
All right, start looking down. Start looking down.
Yeah, I did touch it.
After a little while looking, we could not find any blood on the ground, so we decided to be safe and head back to the truck and call a tracker with the dog.
Rich, man, I'm sorry, dude. You should have looked. It needs 3 points on one side or a 10-inch main beam. I'm sorry, man. Officer, take him away.
You have your license?
Yeah. You just fuck with me?
We're just kidding, guys. We're kidding. Age is a good buddy of ours. You've seen him on the channel. I may or may not have caught more lobster than him, but we're gonna find this deer. We got a whole posse. I think the tracker is coming right there. It's been about 2.5 hours since Rich shot it, so definitely should be a dead deer if it's a good shot. But fingers crossed we'll be able to find it.
As we go, if I see blood, I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna have one of you hang on to Bandit's lead for me. Sure.
Yeah, that little, right next to that small pine tree, that's last blood right there.
I lost him when he started running that way.
Okay. You gonna find that for me? You find that deer for me? All right, Bogey. Come on, Bogey. Trap.
How far do we go?
Where was your blood?
Put me in, coach.
Alrighty, boys and girls, we are headed back out to the woods today. It is 5:10 in the morning. I'm gonna go pull a sit at a spot that I was actually at for my last sit of last season, and I almost shot a buck there too, but a hog ran him off there at last minute. So we're just gonna go pull a little sit, probably sit till about 10 a.m. see what we can see. I don't really have any cameras in this spot. It's just a spot that I've been hunting for years. So I'm gonna go pull a sit and see if we can shoot one. Let's roll.
Surrounded by them.
Ooh, boys and girls, what a hunt. A couple of does came by, they started feeding around, they were coming and going, and right around, I wanna say like 8 in the morning, I hear a twig snap behind me, and I look, and there's a doe back there, probably like 40 yards, so I'm sitting there looking at her, trying to record and whatnot, and then I just turn around in front of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a buck. And it sure was. It was like a 5 or a 6 point. I didn't really get a good look. I honestly started freaking out. He caught me off guard, just kind of wasting time with those does. And he was behind a tree. He came in from like some thick stuff, stepped into an opening. God knows how long he was actually there in front of me while I was looking at those does. But he steps into an opening and then goes behind this tree, and I see his front leg just sticking forward in his neck, but his vitals were perfectly behind this tree. And he's probably sat there sniffing the ground for like a minute or two, and then I thought he was about to come in and take another step, but he never took another step. He kind of just turned around, went away from me into the cypress. So I pull out my grunt call, and I hit him with a grunt and a snort wheeze, and he stops, walks over to a branch, and just sits there rubbing it raw for like 5 minutes straight. It was crazy. but he was at like 40 yards away behind some cocoa plums and some really thick stuff. I couldn't get a shot. So I hit him with another grunt and another snort wheeze. He steps out, walks around. He looks in my direction, kind of trying to see what he's hearing. But same thing, he just kind of turned around, meandered off behind me, and he actually stepped out into a pretty good opening. But I had actually ranged that opening before, and that was kind of where that doe was standing that I was looking at when he first came around. And it was like 55, 56 yards over there, which is, I shoot 50 yards, 60 yards at home, but it's a little bit different to do it out of a tree in a saddle and, at an animal. It's probably not something that I feel comfortable doing just yet, but you know what? That was an awesome hunt. We had a ton of action, and I definitely need to go back to that spot. I didn't even have cameras in there, which is what's crazy. I'm literally just going in there with last year's knowledge. I had no cameras. I did no scouting in that area this season. So it's pretty crazy. It's undisturbed. Nobody's in there right now, which I think is what's really good. We'll see if I can follow it up this week, get back in there, and put that buck on the ground for you guys. This video is going to be good, so y'all make sure you stay tuned.
The rest of early and mid-September went pretty much the same. I had a lot of sits with close calls and missed opportunities, but unfortunately wasn't able to put anything together. Now let's skip forward a couple weeks where my priorities change and I decide it's time to fill the freezer.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day number, I don't even know, of me getting out here after these deer. Let me tell you guys, it has been rough. I've been coming back. This is my third day in a row that I come out here in the morning, waking up 4 a.m. every day. And we're going to a different spot today. I'm going to go to the spot that I sat on opening day with Dylan, where we had that doe. I'm going to go sit there, see how it goes. The only problem is it is a ground hunt. So I have a little 3-leg stool right there, and I'll have my bow with the limb legs on it on the ground. The only problem with that is filming is going to be iffy. So I'm going to try my best, but I cannot make any promises that if it does happen that I'll get the shot on camera, just because it's tough. On the tree I can put up my camera arm, and a lot of times I have a chance to see them coming from a little ways away and get ready for that. This spot, it's close, it's tight, but it's where the deer are, and if they come in, more likely than not, it's going to happen from 0 to 100. So we'll see. Honestly, I'm more worried about shooting deer than filming deer. So if that's what it has to be, then that's what it has to be. We have to execute when the time is right. But we're heading into the spot now. You guys are running along. Let's keep going. Well, y'all, that happened quick. So let me give you guys a recap of what just happened. Right around 8 a.m., a doe came in from behind me, of all places. she literally got to about 4 to 5 feet from me until she stopped, because she realized, like, okay, there's definitely something there. And all she did was kind of take 2 jumps back and then stand there for about 2 minutes. She circled around and went out in front of me and went into some thick stuff. So I'm sitting there waiting, and this time I'm locked in because I know she's in the area. I know that she could come back. She didn't blow at me. And about 30 minutes go by, and I'm sitting there on my phone. I look up, and there's a deer right there in front of me. That was her coming right back through. As you guys saw, I mean, she came into my left behind me. She stood there in some dog fennel. I waited until she would get like right behind the thick dog fennel, and that's when I came to full draw, and I knew she was super close. I estimated about 12 yards. I had my dial set to 15 yards. And honestly, I have no excuse for missing, because even if my dial was set to 20, she was at exactly 10 yards. You know, 20 and 10, the difference is not big at all in the arrow flight. I have no excuse for that other than purely just a bad shot. I took a really bad shot. I got overconfident, but I pretty much flew the arrow right above her back. She took a few jumps out to where you guys could see her on video, and she, you know, looked back to the spot she heard the arrow crash, stood there for a sec. I'm sitting there trying to fiddle and grab another arrow, and then she bounced back into the thick stuff. So I figured, you know what, let me count my losses and get out of here. I probably could have stayed, because I know there's more deer in that area that come around, or she could even come around again, but I know that would be a while for that. It would be a while in any case, because, you know, deer blowing alert the other deer in the area as well. So I decided, you know what, it's about 10 a.m. Let me count my losses and get out of here right now, not leave my scent in case she does come back around and she starts wind checking. I don't want to be in the area for her to wind check me. I'd rather just get out here tomorrow morning early again and see if the good Lord will give us a second opportunity. But yeah, we're gonna get after it tomorrow, so let's see how that goes. I just got done giving a pep talk to my bow. She better be shooting straight tomorrow, because I have a feeling that tomorrow's the day. All right, on the reel, I just got done with a little shooting session. I look like a crazy person in my backyard, just shooting my bow in the dark. I have some lights on. I'm only shooting like 10 or 12 yards, since I know that's all I'm really working with in this spot here tomorrow morning that we're going to again. I just wanted to make sure that I'm 100% dialed and confident, because I'm so used to shooting, you know, longer shots, 35 plus yards, 35 to 60. That's really where I'm shooting all my practice. I don't tend to shoot short distances too much, so I wanted to get that dialed in. But before our hunt tomorrow, I thought it would be a great time for right now to share with you guys the verse of the video, like I always do. And what I have for you today comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. You know, guys, just recently the world has been in a bit of turmoil, a bit of shock with the whole Charlie Kirk thing that has been going on. And I'll be honest, that shocked me to my core. Just being a father, you know, it doesn't matter what you stand in, what you believe, or if you agree with him or not. I think we can all agree that there's a couple of kids right now that have to live the rest of their life without their dad because of just this absolutely egregious circumstance. And I think a lot of the world is kind of starting to see a lot of things and turning to Jesus, oddly enough, in the midst of this chaos. So if I have one word of encouragement, it would be this psalm. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. The Lord is close to those who mourn, is close to those who feel weak, is close to those who feel alone. The Lord is there for you. In the middle of your anguish, we have someone that we can turn to, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who gave his life on the cross for you and for me so that we may be saved, and not only so that we may receive the benefit of eternal life when we die, we can meet him in heaven, but also in this life, in the middle of our anguish, in the middle of our torment, we can turn to him, and he gives us peace that transcends all understanding. So put your trust in him and trust that the Lord will see you through whatever it is that you are going to. That is the verse of the video that I have for you guys today. Hope you guys got value from it. Let's see if we can put it together tomorrow and kill this doe, to put some meat in the freezer, quite honestly, because it's looking real empty right now.
Finally, the moment that I had been waiting for was right here in front of me. This doe was coming in, but she was extremely alert. She kept popping her head up and down, looking around to try and see what could possibly be in that corner. I guess I didn't spook her too bad because she started to work her way in inside the cover and feeding around. Unfortunately, this cover was so thick that I just did not have a shot window. But luckily, I could tell that she was working her way towards my right, and soon enough, she would be in a little opening where I could slip my arrow and make a shot.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go find my arrow. Here it is, right here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's good blood right there. Oh, perfect. I think she ran off. She definitely went that way. Let me mark this spot on Onyx. I know for a fact she went this way. A lot of times you don't get blood right at the hit site. There's blood right there. Alright, where's the next one? So I just picked up some more blood right here. Right here. And I know she went that way. Yeah, there's a little bit more. It's not much at all. All right, guys, so I completely lost blood. I already put out an ad to see if I can get a dog to come out, but honestly, right now, I'm just kind of grid searching. So I made a square on Onyx of where I'm at and where I think, because I heard her go down and go like she was gurgling. So I know she's not far, and you know, maybe I can get on her and not need a dog to come out, because that would be a lot of time, and I'm trying to learn from last year and not lose meat, because you know, it's a ticking time bomb once they go down in this Florida heat. Oh, dead deer. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go. Okay, so here's my entrance. That's why she probably wasn't bleeding much. It was a high shoulder shot. But I guarantee you, because she was kind of quartering to me. Oh yeah, she's pumping on the other side. She's pumping. So the other side came out, so the arrow went across her body. Man, she's a good doe. She's a really good doe. Whew. Let me tell you guys, I'm just as excited about this. Obviously not as excited if it was a buck, but I'm so excited about this. God is so good. I literally have been hunting now. I think this is my 10th day, and I think it's like my 5th or 6th in a row since archery season started, and it has been a grind. I've gotten so close. Literally every single time that I've come out, I've had an encounter with either a buck, a doe, you know, pigs, whatever game. I'm not really shooting pigs right now, but man, it's been tough. And yesterday I was out here. I think this is the same one that I shot at yesterday and I missed. I went right over her back. And last night I was like going crazy. I was playing with my bow in the backyard at night and shooting 10 yards, shooting 15 yards. And then I came today, sat, switched up my setup just a little bit into some more cover on the other side of this key area where I know they were coming into. And I think it worked out. So actually, shout out to Jack. When you watch this video, dude, we found this spot together and it worked out. Whew. All right. So I think I'm gonna leave her right here out of the sun for now. Grab my stuff, head back to the truck, grab the cart, and that way I can get her out of here, because she's all of 95, 100 pounds, and it's about a 400-yard walk back to the truck through like thick stuff like that. Here's my setup, and she came through. I saw her, so I'm sitting here, there's blue light, and I see a head looking at me right through that opening. I froze, closed my eyes. She came back this way, and she walked across, went around this way. I was gonna shoot her over here, but there was a lot of grass I was gonna have to shoot through, and she came. I was able to draw when she was behind this thicker stuff here. She gave me the opening right there. You guys can see what I pretty much had to squeeze through. Sent my arrow through here, through this stuff, and she was standing just behind this tree right here. And there's the arrow. The old beast broadhead. Look how good that thing looks. Ready to go for another one. So glad I brought this today. I have come back with the Royal Chariot. First deer I've killed from the ground too. So you guys can't be afraid to switch it up. You know, there's guys that only want to hunt in a stand. They won't hunt any other way. Well, a stand in a tree isn't always the best thing, you know? There's not really a tree here that I could get up on. So, and even if I did like that or that oak somehow, I really wouldn't be able to shoot in through this stuff. So let me show you guys why this doe is here specifically and why this little area is key. It's something called these little trees. I'm sure some of you guys know what they are, but if you don't, let me educate you real quick here. Let me see if I could find one that'll be the telltale sign. There we go. Y'all see that? Those little fruits up there lying in the treetops? That is what we call a persimmon. And the deer go crazy for this. It's like candy. It smells sweet. It's like buttery. You can eat these too. You might find them at Publix, a little bit bigger. These are wild persimmons. As you guys can see, every one of these trees is a persimmon, and these happen to be loaded with them, and they drop. So the deer, they're, you know, bedded out somewhere, and they hear these hit the ground like that, and that's a dinner bell. So we were basically hunting these deer at their dinner table, or I guess you can say this is their breakfast cafe lounge area, since historically I've always seen the deer here in the mornings. But yeah, she was coming in to get herself a little snack breakfast that she can't resist, and that's probably why she came back today, because you would have thought me shooting at her yesterday and her blowing at me and getting spooked would have cleared her from the area for a while, but those persimmons are irresistible to deer. So let's go ahead and get her loaded up and get her out of here. Come on. 1, 2. For the record, this one's for all my followers that have been watching on Instagram. Y'all know I had a banana with me in the bag. I did today, I did yesterday, and I have pretty much every day this season. So I think the myth is busted. Maybe on boats, I don't know yet, but definitely in the woods, a banana does not hold against you. So bring one with you. it smells so bad here, but you guys can see vultures are making short work of that. Oh my gosh, it smells. Think, buddy. What's up, dude? Think he got the news that I got one. What's up? You want to see a deer? Yeah? Come on. Look. Hold on. Abigail, stand up. Look.
Touch it, Abigail.
There's a lot of blood there.
Ew.
Look. It's a deer. Look at her feet. It's a doe.
I don't think it likes that it's skin.
A doe.
I like the dough.
You like it?
I like the dough.
Yeah?
I like
You ready to eat it?
yes.
Yes. Is it cool?
Yeah.
High five.
Fine.